Welcome to another episode of The Artsy Raven, a show about writing and publishing with your host, J.F. Gerard.
Welcome to another episode of The Artsy Raven. Today our special guest is Olga Sunden. So Olga was born in the Kryvyi Rih and studied journalism at the Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv. Through her work, she met Jed Sunden in Kyiv, an American journalist, founder of the Kyiv Post and KP Media Publishing Group. Together, they now live in the United States, actively supporting Ukrainian journalism, the military, and education. Olga is currently the curator of the photo exhibition Through Her Eyes and publisher of the accompanying album of the same name, featuring the work of 6 women soldiers, co-founder of Ukrainian American Committee, and a mother of 6. So welcome, Olga.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
So right now you have this exhibit in New York called Through Her Eyes. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So I wrote this. First, I did this exhibition in Kyiv in 2024, and I brought it in New York and opened the exhibition last Wednesday in Tribeca. It's Isabel Sullivan Gallery, and it will take till June 6th.
Okay, cool. Now let's talk a little bit about, you were a journalist in the Ukraine, right? And then now you're creating a lot of cultural projects in the United States. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey from the Ukraine to the US?
Yes, I was born and raised in Ukraine. I was a journalist. I moved to Ukraine when the war started in 2014. And since the full-scale invasion, I feel this grief that comes with distance. I watch news, I advocate, I send money, but none of this are being there. So this project is an answer to this feeling. I couldn't be on the front line, but I want to make sure that women who did not do so unseen. I want to bring their stories to America. I want people to see them through the art, through the exhibition, and also through the album.
So how did this idea first come together? Like, do you know some of the soldiers personally?
I was in Ukraine in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a military base going through the tactical medicine course. And I met one of the photographers there. She was volunteering, working, and I was watching her working for the battalion, following them, and documented what they've been doing, saving somebody's lives, fighting, and it inspires me. I saw her working and I was thinking, I want to show this. I want to show the story how women who were civilians before the full-scale invasion decided to join the army in different roles, like volunteers, like medical work, photographers before, continuing doing their job, documenting the war.
Okay. Now, what drew you specifically to photography as a medium instead of like painting? And you said there's also an album, so there's also music associated to this.
So why photography? Because photography fixes a moment. It's a moment, it's now. And I want to show that war is going now. What is going on now? It's still there. So painting, art, sculpture, it's about time. It's about somebody's fantasies. It's about somebody's imagination. And photography is about the reality. It's what is happening at this moment there. It's about truth. And I want to show people, like to move them there at that moment and show what happened there through women's eyes, through real stories.
Okay, now you're both a curator and a mother. How has this project personally affected you?
As you said, I've been raising 6 kids for now, and it's very important to raise them as patriots, both like American citizens and Ukrainians through my family. And for them, actually for kids, seeing pictures, they see more than we as adults. And I brought my daughter to the opening. She was inspired, and she liked the event, and she liked the exhibition, and through art also, because they're more sensitive to art, and they can see more than we see in the picture.
For people unfamiliar with the war in the Ukraine, how would you explain why it is happening and why it matters globally?
Ukraine has been fighting for democracy and sovereignty. Those values are also important in America and across the world. This is a universal story of Ukrainians fighting for freedom against tyranny. Invaders came to Ukraine to kill and capture, but these Ukrainians are standing up to protect their homeland, families, and life. The photos are powerful. They are ordinary people standing up, making their ultimate sacrifice.
So, why did you feel it was important to tell the story of the war through the eyes of women soldiers and photographers?
Because women have a unique eye on this. They see the reality differently. They see details, moments, and they see the and for example, one of the photos is a vase with dead flowers. It was made in an occupied village. The family left and soldiers came, and she came with them, and they were staying at that house, and she saw those flowers. One of them still alive, but others are dead, and she made a picture. It's a powerful picture, and you can see the whole story. Like, people left their houses, and this house was full of life 2 weeks ago. And I believe that women can notice these details and show the whole story through these little details.
Did you have any images or stories in the exhibit that deeply impacted you personally?
There are two of them. Flowers, dead flowers in occupied village in somebody's house. And second one is a man who is a soldier. He's lying naked on the surgery table in a military hospital. But you can see how he's vulnerable because he is injured and naked on this table, but his eyes, it's still full of strength and resilience. And it's a combination of strength and like, I am here for now, but I'm ready to fight. It's very powerful for me.
Okay. How do you think art helps people understand conflict in ways the news headlines sometimes cannot?
I believe that people these days are overwhelmed with news, bad news mostly. There are a lot of bad news there. Art is a soft power. When you can still tell stories about the war, you can still bring attention, but in a way, people are not shocked. They don't want to run away. They don't want to just turn it on and move with their lives. There is a moment they stay and they go there, they look, and they think. And next move, I believe, when there is a moment to act, they will choose Ukraine.
Now, what conversations do you hope this exhibit sparks among international audiences?
International. First, a reminder that the war is still going on, and we must not forget about it and stay aware. Second, create discussions about women and their role in war. They are mothers, soldiers, volunteers, helping Ukraine to survive.
Okay. For visitors of the exhibition, what do you hope visitors take away emotionally or intellectually after seeing these photographs?
That Ukrainians are not victims. They are strong people who are able to inspire and create belief in Ukraine. Hopefully, for one moment, others can see life and understand that it means to be in Ukraine today.
Okay. Now let's switching gears to a bit for other people that also want to curate gallery shows. Do you have any advice for people interested in organizing cultural exhibitions or photography shows?
First of all, believe in your vision. Second, find people who also believe and see it clearly and help you to put it together.
Okay. What did you face any challenges to building this to building your exhibition?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
Because people in New York I met, like starting from the gallery, production house, like even like drivers I found who helped me to bring the works. When they heard about like why I'm doing it, the story behind it, they were happy and ready to help. And the team I gathered together also, it's just as I said, if you have an idea and clear vision and you can explain, people here in New York are ready to help and just give the space, just print it and bring it in time. Everything was just great. I had a great experience, actually.
Okay. And now, how can emerging creators respectfully tell stories connected to trauma or conflict?
So when you deal with the trauma and conflict, and you want to show it, you need to choose pictures carefully, avoid just like a brutal part, and just bring a message through images, details, faces, and just people, when they look at the picture, they understand that something bad happened, but this is and they understand the message, but they don't see the whole details and brutal reality. Because what we want is to people to be aware, think, and sympathize.
Sympathize, yeah, and feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, last question. What is the biggest lesson you've learned from working on Through Her Eyes?
I was looking for a format to share Ukrainian stories. I am advocating Ukraine with American Ukraine Committee, officially in Washington. I wanted to find a way to advocate using the art and also to send a message. And this war affects me, my parents, my family, and meeting these women inspired me to understand the true strengths of Ukraine and the Ukrainian people. Americans need to understand and feel this war. And the powerful medium of photography takes the idea of Ukraine and the war and makes something real I can show. So I found my format to talk about war through their eyes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us. And anyone interested in seeing the exhibit in New York, it's running until June 8th. So I'll have all the details and links in the podcast notes. So thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
The Artsy Raven is produced by Dark Heel Express. Introduction voiceover by Chris Gorman. Music by Tim Moore. Please access your bonus content on the Patreon website. Thank you very much for listening, and please stay safe.